Hi guys, today we are flying into an interesting place called Seletar, more specifically into Singapore. As you can see from our route, we came in from Northeast Africa and made our way into this tight airspace. It's an interesting place. We had a beautiful sunrise at 45,000 feet, making our way into Singapore, a financial hub for Asia, really a nice place to visit. And the airport itself can be quite interesting, no matter which airport you're going into. Look at this airspace. We have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven runways really close to each other on four different airports. Whiskey Sierra Lima is the second airport from the left, which is the airport we flew into called Seletar. It has only visual approaches because they couldn't fit an eye for approach there. It's only 2.8 nautical miles from Sembawang, 3.6 from Paya Lebar, and 7.4 from Changi International. As you can see, a tight airspace, as I mentioned. Now, how are we going to fly in there? Let's take a look at Seletar itself. It's 6,024 feet long runway, no displaced threshold, 151 feet wide. There's a bunch of notes. One of which is if you're coming in from 21 at night, you're gonna have to be careful of sailboats and their masts sticking out because that could be a hazard. Now, don't confuse the airport. That's another caution. If you're coming in visually, which is the only way, you might confuse the military ATZ and that airport, which would be a very bad violation. Also, a bunch of birds. There's quite a bit of thunderstorms in that area on specific times of the year and very restrictive operating hours. So you got to make sure that your flight planning allows you to land at your ETA. Specifically, if you're delayed on departure, you got to make sure that you can make it on arrival and takes extra fuel if you are caught by weather or these closing times for the runway. So that being said, one of the challenges also is the noise abatement. We have noise abatement area 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 being at a minimum of 1,500 feet AGL, and area 3 at 700 feet AGL. If you haven't realized yet, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce this video as being a little bit more technical for those of you who are pilots flying into Seletar or if you are flight simmers. So I still hope you enjoyed this video if you are a person interested in this type of more technical content. Now, how are we going to fly in there? You can see here, this is not an IFR approach. It's, again, a visual guide. We came in from Gompu and Alpha into a left downwind for runway 03. Now you have Sembawang airspace that you can see here. I highlighted it in yellow. Then we have noise abatement area 1 and 1. Now this is just a one that doesn't represent noise abatement area 1, but more of a caution that those are two noise abatement areas. So to understand which ones are which, we have to plot in the lat and longs, which I did here on ForeFlight. As you can see here, we have to the north noise abatement area 1, which is to be flown at 1,500 feet until you reach SETI. And then to the south, we have two areas that are joined together, one to the west and one to the east. One to the west is area 2 at 1,500 feet, and to the east we have crossing the final approach course, area number 3, which is at the minimum of 700 feet. How far is area number 3 from the threshold? It's only 1.9 nautical miles, so 570 feet on the normal 3-degree slope. The minimum altitude is 700, so you can understand by this that you're going to be flying a much steeper approach than what you're used to. So that being said, as another reference, we have the distance between SETI and noise abatement area 1, which is only 1.1 nautical mile. And then we have a tight corridor to maneuver. Remember, we're coming in from the north for a left downwind, so we have to do a 180-degree turn to join the final, but without overflying those area 2 and 3s for noise abatement. So it becomes interesting. You only have 1.4 nautical mile to do a 180-degree turn. So how did I prepare for this approach? This is how. So here we are. We have runway 03. So I created a fix, which is 1 mile final that you can see here in the rod page. So when we'll go backtracking from RW03, which is runway 03, we have the fixed 1 mile of RX03, and then city at 1500. We have a vertical path, so a flight path angle of 4.5 degrees, and then a bunch of waypoints, 5, 4, 3, 2, leading to Alpha and Gumpu. So coming in from Gumpu at 6,000, then Alpha, I forced a speed of 135 knots. Why? Because I wanted to be fully configured VREF plus 10 to be able to only focus on maneuvering the airplane and not busting one of those airspace or noise abatements on my way into runway 03. So landing checklist complete at Alpha. And then LL02, 3, 4, and 5, what are they? I created them by clicking on the ND, basically mimicking what that visual turn on the plate is. And you'll see that 4 and 5 are within these two green lines, or dotted green lines, I should say, which is basically a corridor I created. If we go back to runway, the RX03, I decided to create a fix with a radial crossing of 030 and 210, which created that green dotted line, and the same with City 210 and 030. As you can see, the zone to the west to avoid, which is the military ATZ of Sembawang, and to the east, another no-fly zone because too close to Pae-les-Bar. There's a third one at the south. We'll talk about it later. It's basically another line I created to avoid flying the noise abatement 2 and 3. Did I lose you guys? You're still with me? So here, from basically your downwind and the final approach course, there's only 1.4 nautical miles. Let's go back to, if I haven't lost you so far, I might lose you here. Let's go back to our old math classes from school. The circumference of a circle is pi 3.1416 times the diameter. So if we consider this circle, which it is not because we're only flying half a circle, we take 3.14 times 1.4 nautical miles, gives us 4.4 nautical miles, divided by 2 because we're not flying the circumference of a circle, only half of a circle, a 180-degree turn. It gives us a distance of 2.2 nautical miles. What are we going to do with that? Well, we're going to add the fix that I created of 1 mile final, and we should have an approximate distance of 3.2 nautical miles to fly from City at 1500 all the way into runway 03, or joining the threshold there. So 1500 feet in 3.2 nautical miles. If we do 3-degree slope with 3 miles, average of 3 miles, we should be at 900 feet. We'll be at 1500. So it gives you that steeper angle of 4.5 degrees as the route page was giving us. And give or take 1500 feet a minute in the descent. If you're flying into Seletar and the winds are relatively calm, also please remember to prepare for runway 21. 21 is a little bit easier coming in from the north because it's more like a straight-in approach. I created a fixed 2-mile final. You can see the route page here, another few clicks on my NDs that gave us this image, and the route lat and longs, as you can see them here in my secondary flight plan. So all these tools I hope help you. The approach that you will see visually has some points that I refer to, noise 1, 2, and 3, as well as the airport, to give you some guidance if ever you fly in there for the first time or haven't flown in there as of yet, and you will. So it's a fun approach. How would I do things differently next time? Well, here you'll notice when I reached City, I disconnected the autopilot and the auto thrust by bringing the throttles fully backwards. I basically overtake the auto throttle, and you'll hear the auto throttle warning sound that my colleague helped me in here and said, hey, do you mind clicking on that button to re-engage the auto throttle? Yeah, a little bit more tight of a turn, like he suggested, 30-degree bank. I basically maintained 20 degrees, which didn't bring me completely on final. I overshot just a tiny bit, as you'll see. Another thing is my main camera filming outside just 30 seconds before landing is shut down, and you will see the landing strictly from a instrument point of view. My camera still filmed that one. The idea to share this video is of a technical aspect to prepare you if you're flying into Seletar one day. If you have any suggestions, comments, or anything you would like to pass on, this is the place. Please share in the comment section so we can all learn from each other. And if I do something wrong and you see that there's a better way to do things, please do also share it. We are eternal students in this field until we retire, so open to any suggestions. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching as always. I'll see you in the comment section below and in the next video. Take care.
Seletar to your 11 o'clock, distance about 7 to 8 miles, report when airfield in sight.
We'll report airfield in sight. We're going to take a heading of 205.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
Okay, there are the two bodies of water.
Seletar now, 5 miles to your 11 o'clock.
Okay. See the airport is, you see it? 11 o'clock.
CDR in
Yes, visual.
1.1
Thank you.
miles.
And you can head, if you want, the FMS.
And approach.
You got the field in sight.
Okay, copy that, sir. And just update on the drone is reported up to about 120 meters in height.
Copy that. All right, I'm going to give you 05. You can engage down if you like.
Left downwind, Seletar, runway 03.
Left downwind, Seletar 03.
Okay, FMS1.
Contact Seletar 118.45.
118.45. All right, you got the runway, you got the airport, everything is there. Okay, good.
Thank you. Checklist complete.
Yes, sir. Seletar. Left downwind 03.
Seletar Tower, good morning. Confirm Seletar on inside.
Okay,
Yeah, let's go.
Maintain 1,500 feet, position left downwind, runway 03, QNH now 1015.
Maintain 1,500 feet in the downwind, QNH 1015. Okay, so you can see the built-up areas.
Yes, thank you.
That's the noise-sensitive stuff. You see that you're pretty tight.
It's gonna work like a charm.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, John, I don't think the FMS is going to do you any good on the descent. Okay.
Inside and surface wind now 020 degrees, 13 knots, runway 03, clear to land.
Clear to land 03.
To keep all turns within Seletar control zone.
I'll take it manual once we pass city.
Okay.
And if you could put as a reference 300 here in the next altitude selection. Once we're there, we can set the go around for 1500.
There's 300.
Thank you.
All right, I would commence now.
Okay, bite it off.
Let's get that 30 degrees and start the set.
Auto throttle. Auto throttle. Auto
CDR
throttle.
in 2.0 miles.
Auto throttle.
1500.
Auto throttle. Auto
If you
throttle.
can just give me a click on the auto
Auto
throttles.
throttle.
Yep.
Auto throttle.
700 feet at this location.
Very good. Just keep your turn coming.
You can set 1500 for the go around.
It's set.
Thank you.
Good glide path, man.
500.
Looking good. Confirm, clear to land.
From runway 03, clear to land.
Clear to land.
Altitude.
On Pappies.
Good. Truck.
1 mile final runway 03.
Gears down, clear to land, flaps 30.
Thank you. Wind check, please.
Wind check.
Surface wind 020 degrees, 12 knots, maximum 17.
All right, if you want to land a little bit short, I'm happy with that.
Yep.
100. 50. 30. 10. Auto throttle.
Very nice. Lots of runway.
Okay, man, you're braking.
Check. There's 50 knots. Good job, man.
Thanks, that was really fun.
Really well done.
Loved it.
Vacate right, Echo 1.
Right on Echo 1.
Tower 602 Lima, Seletar Tower. Good morning, line up runway 03 via Echo 4.